The Red Wings cracked the Flames yesterday after falling behind one. And D-Mac, here's where I was even more impressed by the Wings last night. Clearly didn't have it to start the game. Clearly, which you can speak to it. Sometimes,
but it was one. It's not one of those things that you didn't expect. You know, you're going into that game as a player. Your coaches said, "All right, guys, you got to weather the storm. First 10 minutes, they're going to come out hard. They've been sitting at home. You know, I know you guys are tired. We got in late or whatever like that. Mind over matter. Let's keep this game close. We can keep it within a 1-goal game. Like the Wings are trying to keep it 1-0 at the worst against after one period. They'd look at that success. So the fact they were able to score at the end of the first to tie it up, they're going into the dressing room feeling themselves. Because it's the first time, like this was the first time, I think since 13-14, it wasn't there 9 years that they swept the West Coast. And we did it one time in the year we set the league record, 62 wins in 95-96. Right? So that's something special to be able to do. And they're no pushover teams either. Right? If you look at the rosters, I remember Calgary back in the day, like would be more of a guaranteed you look to those points for 2 points. Right? Edmonton, give or take, Vancouver was always tough to play. So what they've done. They got it in the bag. They've gotten themselves closer. Now they got to focus on Seattle on Saturday.
Can I ask you a personal question, D-Mac?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Darren McCarty Calgary Flames throwback jersey like they were wearing yesterday with the burning sea? Do you have one?
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do. One of my favorite jerseys. Actually, I have the jersey. I scored the overtime goal in 2007, first game one in Calgary against Anaheim.
How stupid are those other Calgary jerseys with like the Brahma bullhead on it or whatever? Those things are dumb.
I like the black, but the horse head and stuff never
stupid.
did. The flaming sea, the black
is incredible.
Are great.
It's incredible. I want to see that one day. Come over to the house. I got to check that out. Because it is one of my favorite, and I don't usually like red.
It's with the rest of the jerseys in the back closet tucked away. Right?
Yeah, all right, I got to check that out one day. But it is a dope jersey.
Maybe I'll wear it. I see Gabby walking around with her flexing Florida State.
Justin Station wants to know, if it's straight darkness, can you take a shower? You can't even wipe your ass. How are you going to see the toilet paper? And that is a great question. Euperism says, I'm praying he goes to the Jets. We are done with him. But the Red Wings got the win. Larkin 3 assists. He's answering the bell.
Why are you looking at me?
He's taking it to another level. He is.
Pay him.
When Chris like I said the other day, he's
Teddy
put this
KGB.
team on his back, and they absolutely respond. And you could see even, and here's the one thing with Tyler Bertuzzi, and I mentioned the other day, forget Bertuzzi's stats, even though he had a goal and 2 assists last night, and that first line looked great, like the first line should. It's a fact that he hasn't really played, like he's getting his legs under him, and the tenacity and stuff like this. You nailed it good on your tweet yesterday, Neil. As far as this changes nothing.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I want to speak to that.
This changes nothing, right? Like the tweet that you sent out. Will you? Do we have that, or do you?
No,
I
didn't send it over. Here's the thing, because thank you for reminding me of that, because I do want to address this, because I saw it on Twitter last night. I saw people kind of dusted off the Red Wings. The Red Wings thought process with their tweets. Where they had to blame goalies and stuff like that. They got warmed up, and then last night. Their preseason was over. Now they were back into it. And right away I saw it. People with okay, Stevie's got to be a buyer at the deadline now. So, whoa. I am all in on the playoff thing, right? I'm the mayor of it. I started this. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly.
Is that fair?
Yes.
I started this. I started this movement. Okay? I did. Even me. He doesn't have to do anything. Fight this urge, guys. I know that, and again, I said this with the Lions. I'm saying it now with the Red Wings. Fight this urge. We don't have to go all in with everything right now. Everything is still in play. They've got the cap space next year. They've got the cap space this year. They can buy. They can sell. They can rent out cap space for draft capital with bad contracts. This is how he's got it to this point, is by doing it. We can just take it easy. And I saw it yesterday. Yeah, Pure Michigan Sports tweeted, said the team's on fire. It's going to force Yzerman to buy at the deadline. It doesn't force him to do anything. It's all out there. Remember, guys, I'll give you Larkin. I'll give Larkin the $9 million. Still $30 million in cap space next year.
And you're probably going to give Bertuzzi the 5 or 6 or whatever it is for a couple more years. If in your gameplay, because last night didn't change anything. Steve Yzerman knows what he wants to be put together, so he's already thought of this. What you're saying, Neil, is the old analogy about Steve Yzerman's the Papa Bull, and we're all the baby bulls. We don't need to run down and try to get with any of the cows. We can strut down and get with all the cows. Right? You're saying, that's what you're saying.
That's what Steve Yzerman's done everywhere he's been.
Look at this as a look into the future, right? Of what you're building and stuff like that. Now, you can't do something that's going to bring down the sticks and the straw houses, right? You need those mansions. You need the foundation, and you're starting to build it. So don't look, and this is where you're in the trust and the hashtag Yzer plan, because he's going to make that decision. This is what's happened. Is he told us what was going to be, and now we're seeing signs of it, right? So if he's told us that this is what he saw happening, he's already further ahead of plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever it is.
And here's the other thing, too. And I know that this is brand new because we haven't won a playoff series in this town in a decade. I know we're new to this again. Yeah. That's still such a staggering stat, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 major sports teams. You haven't won a playoff series in a decade. But anyway, here's where I boil this down to. Who are you going to trade? In order to do a trade, you have to have something that somebody wants, right? And everything that the Red Wings have that somebody wants, you want.
Yeah, that's it. Look inside. We're so used to, because maybe you said that, Neil, this town hasn't won a playoff series in 10 years. So how would you know how to act coming to playoff time, right? But sometimes, right, the grass ain't always greener, and with what you have, with what you're building, you'll know more. So say they don't make the playoffs and they don't make a move. What you could probably guarantee is what Steve Yzerman's going to do is weaponize that salary cap, which means bring more draft picks, use some of that money. I could see him using an expiring contract or something like that, maybe an Oscar Sundqvist, a Pie Suter, something like this, to help somebody else. But it's not.
And what's the return for that? You know what I'm saying?
The return is future.
Right.
You're not return now. You're not looking to build your team for any. What you're doing is the return you're going to get is for next year. What did I say? This year we're still on the plan of last week. Win a couple games, get into the playoffs. Next year, and I believe Steve's thinking that playoffs are bust also. So how do I set the team up for the playoff run next year? This is sort of a bonus. Don't you look at it like that?
Yeah.
This is sort of a bonus. But the fact that we're talking about them, the fact that we've killed them off a few times this year or ignored them, but now we're back all dialed in. That's a good thing. Enjoy the journey, because I'm sure there's a few times the rest of this season that we're not going to be as happy.